Bro, I hate motherfuckers who are boring as shit. And what I mean by that is like motherfuckers who just don't know how to have a good ass time. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit get on my nerves, bro. I need for a person to know how to vibe. And I will say this every single time in every freaking video that I make is that I like when people just fucking know how to vibe, bro. Who know how to chill. You know what I'm saying? And vibing isn't even really hard to do. Vibing really could just be get some snacks, all right? And we just have a deep ass conversation. That's it. That's all vibing is. We turn the movie on in the background, turn it down low on the volume, or we turn some music on, turn the music down a little low to where you can still kind of hear it, but you still got enough room to sit there and be able to talk. That's it. It's really that damn simple. It's just knowing how to vibe, you know. And the thing about people nowadays is they don't know how to just vibe and relax, man. Like they'll do stuff where it's like they'll make stuff annoying. They'll make shit complicated. They'll make freaking conversations annoying, boring, or uninteresting. You know, I'm the type of dude I honestly like to be able to hear conversations about a person's life and what they went through and what they're going through now and their goals and what they're trying to change in their life and what inspires them in their life, you know? And I don't care if you're a man or a woman. I just love to have interesting conversations. Conversations that actually go somewhere. You know, conversations that feel so damn good to the point where I don't want to leave. Conversations to the point where after the conversation, I feel like I'm your best friend because the conversation was that well put together. And it's crazy because back when we were young, when we were teenagers, when we were in middle school and high school, people knew how to do that. People knew how to have a conversation. You had friends where you would talk to them on the phone and it would literally feel like it would feel like it was only 15 minutes, but y'all been talking for 4 or 5 hours or y'all talked all night. I remember I used to talk to my friends all night, bro. All day, all night. Or I would spend the night at the house on the weekends. We would talk all day, all night, hang out all day, all night. And then also with females, it was the same thing. It would be like we literally would sit on the phone and talk all night. I remember there was one chick I used to literally talk to her every single day, all night. I don't even know if she had a job or not. I just remember talking to her all day. And it always seemed like she was going somewhere. I'm like, where you going? She'd be, I'm about to go hang out with these people, blah, blah, blah. But whatever the case may be, it can be frustrating when people don't know how to have a conversation. You know, just simple conversation and have a good vibe, genuine vibe, fun to have conversation. I'm not talking about a politics type conversation. I'm not talking about a conversation that's the battle of the sexes, the men versus the women. I'm not talking about the gays versus the straights. Okay? I'm not talking about those type of conversations. I'm not talking about the red pill and black pill and all that other bullshit. I'm talking about literally, hey, how you doing? We have a conversation and it's just straight vibe. And like I said, that's just getting to know a person, you know, asking, what was your childhood like? What were you like when you were in kindergarten? What were you like when you were in middle school? What were you like when you were in high school? You know, what were you like when you were in college, if you went to college? What are you like now? What do you do now? You know, what type of fun do you have now? What's something that brings you so much joy? Talk to me about stuff that you want to talk about. You know, what do you like to do in your life? How do you like to express yourself? What is your love language? You know, what do you like in your friends? You know, just like simple conversations that can get the juices flowing, get the the mental juices flowing or the verbal conversation juices flowing, and we just vibe. You know, we just sit back and we relax and we laugh and we giggle and we tell stories. We tell our dark times. We tell our really dark times. We tell our fun, happy times. And the times where we felt good. And it's crazy because no one knows how to do that. And nobody knows how to keep it real. Everything is just an act. Everybody is an actor nowadays. Nobody wants to be like, look, this is me. How I am as a person, me, myself, and I show you every side of me because I don't like to be a fake person. You get what I'm saying? So every single side of me you've seen has been literally me, 100%. And like I said, people are walking contradictions. People are not consistent. So don't expect for a person to be just one way all the time, because most people are not one way all the time. Most people are multiple different ways. A lot of people's attitude changes every couple of seconds. Some people's attitude changes every hour. Some people's attitude changes every week. Some people's attitude changes every month. Some people's attitudes change every year. Some people can literally stay in the same um, attitude and personality for the whole year. Some people act a certain way in January, and then some people's attitude changes from February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So that's what you have to realize about people. And you also have to realize that it's borderline impossible to talk to someone of the opposite sex and not get annoyed by something that they do, because here's how it is. As men and women, we're different. Okay, we live entirely different lives. The stuff in our lives is very similar, but at the same time it's very different. Again, we contradict ourselves. Okay, life is a contradiction, meaning that even if you were like, for example, somebody might ask, well, you said this but now you're saying this, you're contradicting yourself. Yes, because that is literally life. Life is a contradiction. A human being is a walking contradiction. You know, for example, as a woman, right? I'll use women as an example. As a woman, you might be like, I love flowers, right? But then one dude gives you flowers, you're like, ew, gross. And another dude gives you flowers, and you're like, oh, thank you, Jaden, or whatever. So it is what it is. We are not consistent as people. Most people are not consistent. Most people will never be consistent. Don't even expect for people to be consistent, because it's unrealistic, because most people are not consistent. But as a child, as a teenager, it felt like people were a lot more consistent, at least from what I remember. As an adult, people are a lot more inconsistent because their whole mental state does a shift. When you're a child from adult, when when you are a child and you go from being a child to a teenager to an adult, your whole attitude changes, your whole mindset changes, and your whole view of the world changes. And it's actually kind of mind blowing how true that really is. Like, we genuinely change so much, and you start seeing more of the negative emotions when you're an adult, and you start tolerating a lot less drama, but at the same time you start making a lot more excuses, and you start making a lot more problems than when you were a kid. Because as a kid, you're paying more attention to your parents. You're like, is this going to make my parents hate me? Whatever, whatever. Now you're paying attention to, is this going to make me hate myself because I did this and did that? Or how can I love myself? And the thing about life is, you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel confused. You're going to feel like you can't do things. You're going to feel like you can't amount to nothing. And you're going to have other people that are extremely confused and don't know where they want to go in life, and don't understand life, and don't know how to view life. And they're going to try to bully you, even though they're going through the same experiences. So that's why I always say that you can't really take anything to heart per se, because everybody else is going through the same confusion as you are. Most people do not know themselves. They don't understand themselves. People don't even know what a self is. Some people live as robots. Some people live for just themselves. Some people live for others. Some people don't know who to live for. But the reality of it is you just, like Uncle Aaron from freaking Into the Spider-Verse, you just got to keep going, bro. That's it. Whole point is just to keep living and find some purpose, find a goal, find something to get into, find something that will make your life better and that will improve your life and make you feel good about yourself, and help you find yourself. Enjoy and appreciate the little things, because it is truly all about the little things.